left off. Welcome, JJ. So one thing I actually want to do before we get too far into it. Yeah, so I think the exam went well. There's a couple questions that I maybe got wrong, but otherwise I think I did great. So I want to repair this shovel, maybe, or I could just make. I think what I might do instead is I'll just make a shovel. If I have iron, I have a block of iron in this. I will just make one because I don't need to use it too much. So that will just save us a little bit of time. If I remember to... Oh, that's right. I have a whole stack of sticks. That's fine. Okay, so we have a temporary shovel. We'll go ahead and keep the other one on us for now. We can go ahead and get rid of some stuff. And then we can build. So I will need... what, the floors are mostly birch. So we can stick with that. Remember what we're working on exactly. So over here, we're working on the next floor down. Sort of. Yes, this is survival. Yep. Yeah, I've been busy. So down here, this is... So this was the kitchen that we were going to make for the room upstairs. This is eventually going to be a window. And then this was just some other sort of room. I just lots of time. I spent lots of time working on all this. And there's a you can't really see it, but there's a little bit of a village over there and some other stuff. It's a big work in progress, but it's coming along pretty well. So this floor here, I don't have any plans for yet. I still have to decide on that. Do I have... crafting bench, good. Boop. Why is that working? There we go. And that can just fall on the ground. So let's finish off this floor. And then the stairs going down. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This floor is finished. These are the stairs going down. Right. Bye, guys, on the other side of this. Let's replace this. And that. There we go. This is where I ran out of blocks. Okay. So we'll replace these. And we'll have to decide, I believe we have to decide where... I just made a shovel. There it is. Guess I want both to be on my bar. Not enough space. There we go. So are you, JJ Bonzig, are you all moved? I forget. I forget the timeline for your adventures. Right, okay, yeah. Stairs going down there. We are moved. Awesome. Well, that means you're moved and you have internet. That's good. It's important to get internet up and running. So this is going to be a little floor here with a balcony looking down. So we're going to have a wall there. Enough for eating, sleeping, and working. Cool. You have enough internet for eating, sleeping? What did I miss? Can't even make a little hut. Oh, well, practice. Practice makes perfect. You'll get there. Minecraft, I've had many years of experience in Minecraft, so I've sort of how I build things and what are options in Minecraft have definitely grown for me in time. So if you're having issues with just the hut, actually I recommend checking out stuff on YouTube. Got a lot of different ideas from seeing other people's builds on YouTube. The shovel's very slow. You're moved enough for a little thing. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I understand the swimming boxes. When we first moved, well, I guess when we first moved to where we live now, it was a temporary rental house, and so we still had boxes. Like half our stuff was still boxed, like for an entire year. While we were just sort of, we didn't really need a lot of the things. And we didn't really feel like where we were was a permanent spot. And so we sort of had this one room that was just filled up with boxes of things that we were never going to open. And then eventually we moved to where, and we bought a house, moved here. So are you renting or did you buy? Bought a house. Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're probably most likely gonna unpack most things. What is this? So this is the wall, but we'll go ahead and take this out. You had a box room for 7 years. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Most of we have some boxes downstairs. A lot of things I have boxed are like things that were at my parents' that I like from my kids. Like when I had, oh, you have a basement. There you go. Where yeah, we have a crawl space. So that's where I put a lot of the stuff that I, just want to have, but then probably never ever use, and then just like stow away. But like I went back to my parents and grabbed like all my old G.I. Joes and Legos and stuff like that, and I have them in the basement now, as opposed to in their basement. So this temporary shovel is definitely, oh, it's gonna break too. Definitely a slower option. I kind of miss the breaking sound when things broke. Oh, well. Let's prioritize these guys. We can turn them into blocks. I'm sure my mom will show up with a truckload. Yeah. Yeah, mine has been pretty understanding with my garbage in her basement still. But I decided that I didn't want her to like give it away all of a sudden, or like let like one of my nephews or something play with my old G.I. Joes. Like that would be unheard of. So I wanted to get it while it was still safe. Let's make a couple more shovels, or at least one more. One more, and then we'll bring the supplies to make more with us. How's that? We'll turn these into torches. It used to scare you in Minecraft? Yeah, I used to be really scared of Minecraft. I used to, like, during the night and, like, any sort of hint of bad guys or anything, like, I'd hide, basically. And then I started watching Paul Soares Jr. Play, well, basically Minecraft, but he's played a bunch of super hostile maps where they were, like, a couple maps that, like, Scody and I play, where we have to get wool, and it's like, it's much harder than regular Minecraft. And so once I sort of got used to watching him play those, and then sort of adventuring to do those different types of maps myself, I started to become much more what's the words? I'm trying to we're like, I wasn't afraid of things, basically. I'll go out during the night if I need to. I mean, I still, sometimes I'll get kind of freaked out if I'm inside of a cave and decide that I have a lot of good things on me. I don't want to lose them all and stuff. Yeah, the sounds of the skeletons and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'll happily take my G.I. Joes and Legos and stuff. Make sure that they're all safe in my basement. Of it breaking? Which sound? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Not the scary sounds in the game, but the sounds of all of a sudden your tool like breaking. Yeah, I got you. I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it did kind of startle me, but at least then I knew that it was broken. Like, otherwise, you might just continue trying to shovel with nothing, and you don't even realize it. My phone. Okay, that's good. So we're going to put a birch floor on this level here, and then we'll continue it down. Hopefully not much of it will be this dirt. Oh, I guess I don't even have haste over here, do I? So it's not going to go very fast anyway. So a lot of digging today, probably. While we try and work on this tower. Trying to do the grass digs a little bit slower, I think, than the regular dirt, maybe. Actually, with this shovel, maybe not. But I want to get the dirt before it turns into grass, in case that's the case. But yeah, so my class is done. Now with all my free time, I can finally work more on my side project coding stuff. I program for a living, but then also I have my own company side project stuff. So now I'll hopefully have more time for that. I won't feel like I'm neglecting it as much. Are you going to collect all of that? I probably won't collect the dirt. I have a lot. I have an abundance of dirt. But some of this stuff I might. But the problem is my inventory is like, it's really full. So I gotta turn these into sticks, but then that doesn't help me. So like the smooth stone I probably want. But I just don't know what I would get rid of in my inventory. I don't see anything that's a lower priority. I could burn it. Well, or I could let it despawn. That's usually what happens, is that it'll sit around for 5 minutes and then disappear. Oh, and there goes that shovel. No warning. Let's go, so drop this off, and then I guess we'll grab this stuff. I ate part of my lunch, but then I have this other part of my lunch that's right next to me that smells really good. I forget what it's called, but it has, I think there's some raw garlic in it, and it smells really delicious. I can't wait to eat it later. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I made a shovel. Okay, good. Oh, actually, here's what we can do. We can turn this stone into stone bricks. Oh, and in fact, we already had an extra pile of stone bricks that could be combined. So we can make these be stone bricks. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue our excavation. But yeah, it turns out the exam was basically, I think the questions, so there's one chapter that wasn't on any other exams. This is the final exam. So on the 3 other exams, the questions from there, it was like straight, the questions were straight from those exams. I don't think there were some, because they were also like fill in the blanks in the other exams, but this is all multiple choice. So there were some that were converted into multiple choice questions, or like a similar. But in terms of all the ones that were multiple choice that were on this exam, were like word for word. So that made this, it made it like super easy in terms of that part of it. So that part was not very challenging, I guess. But it means that I probably did really good. And so even like the ones that I got wrong on when I did the other exams, I was, you know, I knew for sure, except for one of them, I had to think about it some more. But I knew for sure that I had it right because I had, like, you know, looked at how I got it wrong so well. So this is the first class of a few, or this is the first. Are you asking if this is the first class I'm taking, or in terms of, or is this like a chain of classes? I'm not sure what your question is, but this is the only one I'm taking this summer, because this is like 201 accounting, and so then there's 202 accounting, which is like the next level up, but they don't offer that during like the rest of the summer, when like they offered it for the same time period, for same, you know, first half of the semester, but not. Just meant, is it a program or, oh, it's, yes, yeah, I'm working towards right now, essentially a business bachelor's degree. I already have a bachelor's degree in computer science, and so it's possible that after I take some of the required classes, I could then switch it to be potentially a master's in business, but I don't have some of the prerequisite stuff. So once I have the prerequisite stuff, welcome cat. Once I have some of the prerequisite stuff, that's weird. My screen locked up there for a second. Once I have some of the prerequisite stuff, then I might be able to switch it to a master's. But I don't know. I mean, you know, in terms of, you know, my resume, it'd be better to have a master's in it. But I don't know necessarily that's something I need or want. But what's the seed? I don't know what the seed is for this. I'm not sure. Interesting question. But I don't know what the seed does on this one. Yes, my test. I think it went fairly well. I potentially have a couple questions wrong, maybe. But otherwise I got it all right. And yeah, he never told us the seed, which is fine. I don't really mind not knowing the seed. Yeah, so I potentially have 100%. It's possible I got a couple questions wrong, but because everybody did the student evaluations, we got 5 points extra credit for that. I've also already have some extra credit points beyond, yeah, beyond the beyond the, you know, my grades in the class. I have some extra credit points as well, so it's likely that I'll have 100% of the class. But as my wife pointed out, you know, there's still a range for an A, and there's no such thing as, I guess, an A+ on the scorecard. So I basically have an A, even though that I know that I overachieved in the class. But yeah, it's okay. All right, let's make some more of these. Like that. There we go. Yeah, so I'm excited about it. It was actually, I mean, it sounds obvious, but like the trick was I just had to learn all the material in the class. Like they taught us material and then I learned it. Whereas like in like, you know, some other class, like some sort of, you know, art class or something subjective. Yeah, subjective. That's probably the right term. In something subjective, like, yeah, you're sort of at the whim of how the professor feels about whatever you did. But like this is just, it's essentially math or concepts. And as long as you know the math and the concepts, then it doesn't, you know, you don't have to worry about how the teacher like wants to give you a grade, you know. So it means more streams and less work. Yes, that means probably more regular streams. I mean, for the rest of the summer semester, you know, I don't have any more classes. But then once the fall semester, once the fall semester starts, then I'm starting up more classes. So then that might get in the way then too. We'll see. But at least for the rest of this semester, I don't have any more classes. Yeah. All right, let's do that. Just trying to prioritize picking up some of this stuff. Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, we'll see. Right now I have 2 classes planned for the fall, but we'll see if that's too much, along with work and everything. So we'll see. I might drop some of it. So my plan is here. I'm just sort of cleaning out some of this, and then I'm going to, you know, build in the floors and build down. I don't know how far down I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way down, because if we take a look out here, okay, that's a bad spot to look. If you look out here, actually, I guess we're not that far down. We are almost to the bottom. Well, at least the bottom of where the ground is, because I could still go down, all the way down to Goblin Town. Or I could just go at the, you know, the main level. So I might just build down to the main level, and then, you know, note that I can go deeper if I wanted to, but then don't necessarily have to, but probably will. Well, if I run out of stuff, run out of space, and I want to build something else like storage or whatever. Doing a lot of Minecraft as well. This thing, yeah, you know, when I first started playing Minecraft and learning like all the cool stuff you can do, I definitely have spent many late nights playing Minecraft, especially like if I'm trying to make some sort of like you know, some sort of spawner, where you find a spawner in the world, and you're trying to set up like this complicated experience grinder or like you know, some sort of thing that takes a lot of time, or like some big base, or even just in the beginning when you want to explore and the world is, I think, essentially or is infinitely long, and you just keep on wanting to explore and find new things, and yeah. It is taking all your willpower not to log on and pick up all the blocks. Yeah, well, you can. You have the power. I might, I guess these blocks are handy for let me see. Yeah, I'll make a chest. How's that? We can compromise. Let's make a crafting bench. And a chest. Oop. I was having a baby cats and watching dolphins. Oh, that's right, because you're probably on the new version, yeah. I haven't even seen dolphins yet. So let's just throw some stuff in here just so we have enough room. These guys are probably the oldest. Yeah, especially with the new version. There's probably lots of stuff to check out. We'll just throw some stuff in there. Yay! All the blocks are saved. Ish. Alright, fine. Oh, my inventory's full. That's a shame. Oh, I could do this. There we go. Okay. Okay, dropping the stuff off. Now we go. I often eat eggs in the morning, so yes, I do like eggs. Bedrock Windows 10. It's weird how Windows 10 gets it before Java. Interesting. So you're playing on the PC, but it's the Windows 10 edition, I guess. Is how I'll word it. Because I'm on Windows 10. I'm just playing the Java edition. This is how I roll. But it's interesting now that I guess it's not just saying Xbox or Basketball. Welcome. Thank you for the follow, Basketball 1002. Oh, and there goes my shovel. How much dirt is there? There's not much dirt. Let's just let's skip the shovel. Feeling better now. Cool. Yeah, so I guess it's, you have to say like now I guess so the Java edition versus the is it C#? What's the Windows 10 version in? I could just say the Windows 10 version, but it's also the Xbox version. And so if we're talking about the Java edition, I'd rather call it by the language. Right? So is it C#? Do you know? Does anybody know what language the Windows 10 / Xbox version is? But no, I haven't played that version though. It's possible my computer has both, because I think it comes with Windows 10. But Windows 10 from the Xbox app, every Java Minecraft comes free. Oh, actually, the free one that came with Windows 10 was the Java version. Or no? I'm confused, but I think Windows 10 edition is Pocket Edition. Oh, interesting. Just C++. Okay. Well, thank you. I kind of thought it was going to be C#. That's interesting. Huh. Because isn't C# like a more Microsoft-y version of C? I haven't programmed in it, so I wouldn't know. Because I can play Windows 10 Edition in realms with people who have Pocket Edition. Interesting. Interesting. So Windows 10 version is different than the Xbox version. Question mark? Side topic. I just thought of something. So the we were talking like a week or two ago. We were talking about go to the Microsoft site. Under buy, you'll have the Windows 10 code that you can put in your Xbox app. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't have Xbox, but yeah, it's cool. We're talking about Civilizations 2 and how cool it was. And I remembered on my way back from going to P.F. Chang's last week. I remembered that I think Civilization 2 was the one where I had the whole, like, when you buy the game, it came with the tech tree and this gigantic poster that you could, like, fold out. You could look at all the, I mean, maybe it wasn't that, I was little, so maybe it wasn't actually huge, but, and you could, like, you know, lay out, like, this huge mat and look at all the tech trees of how, like, writing will lead to, you know, whatever alphabet will lead to writing, and then pottery and this thing connect together, and it'll give you this other technology. And I don't remember if you had that with yours, JJ Bonzig. If you looked over the tech trees all the time and studied the tech trees. You don't have the Xbox app. I don't have the Xbox app. No. Is that it? I don't do Xbox really. So I guess in Windows 10 you're saying there's an Xbox app. I think you do. It's yeah. I mean, there's a lot of garbage that came with my Windows 10. That like Candy Crush and like, I'm not saying Candy Crush is garbage, but I don't like my stuff coming with stuff. So like when I update Java and it gives me McAfee antivirus automatically, and I do, you know, I uninstall it and like give an angry face to Oracle, you know, things like that. I really hate it when like, you know, when I install something like whatever, and then it comes with the Yahoo search bar, and it's just because I didn't click on customize, they want to not really even assume that I want it, but they want to force it on me because I wasn't smart and clicked on customize. I hate that stuff. But luckily, when you install Windows 10, they can say, do you just want to go with all the defaults, or you could say customize, and you can uncheck all of this stuff that like constantly will send your information away to Microsoft. The only reason I know about Windows 10 Edition is to play in the Pocket Edition realms that Jan set up for Pillow Fort. Otherwise, I gotcha. Yeah, I also haven't ever played the Pocket Edition of Minecraft. I'm so, oh dear. I'm so like, oh, a little grotto. Exploration. Okay, we're done exploring. We'll just do that, I guess. Like I'm so like set in my ways of like how I interact with the game that I don't know if I could handle the differences. I'm not actually. I feel, unless you're one of my dogs, you're not my dad, or I'm not your dad. You're not. Well, I guess you could be my dad, but probably not. I don't think he has a mixer account. Yeah, I probably have the Xbox, and I don't know if I uninstall all the stuff, or if I just like removed the, like on my start menu, there's all this stuff, all this garbage and so I removed a lot of that stuff, uninstalled a bunch of it because I don't want it. But I don't know. But flying is cool. Pilot Hawk. Thought I was done with the dirt. Okay, so we're getting there. Well, we have access to this chest still. Let's throw some stuff in there. And let's build in the walls. As well as build in some of them. And eventually we'll come back through and we'll add in like some different blocks onto these. So that they're like they have different textures and stuff like that. But for now we'll just go with this and then yeah, right there. So that is the wall. And so I believe we'll probably have this go like this. Okay. Good. For now, I'll leave that, you know, accessible, so I know it exists. Lots of bad guys outside. Yeah. Underground, yeah, exactly. Underground swimming pool. Man, this garlic thing. The tabbouleh? What is it called? It's something. I think it's similar to those words. I don't know if that's what it's called, but the is it tabbouleh? I should look it up. But anyway, it's really good. I had a little bit of it, but I'm gonna save the rest for after the stream. All right. I know. I couldn't take it. Couldn't take it. All right. Let's see how we're doing on time. All right. Let's dig a little bit more out, and then we'll start putting in some floors. And actually, let's double check to see where we are. I think we just did recently, but let's take a peek. Yeah, so we can go a little bit further out before we have to, where we consider that this might be the basement. Because like there's not going to be an opening out there, but there might be some other structures there that are tied in, have secret doors into into this tower. So I want to have an idea of how this building will be set up to, you know, work the way it should, but then it'll eventually get down to the level of the main road that will go around the castle. I could have also probably done this faster and changed this beacon to be haste. We could have been done by now that I think about it, but oh well. What's the fun in that, right? We're not in a rush. A lot of times for stuff in Minecraft, I'm always like in a rush to try to, you know, get it all dug out as fast as I can and build it as fast as I can, but you know, I mean, I guess I don't want to take forever, but I'm not really in a rush anyway. This is just, you know, something to do during my lunch break. Have to switch shovels or picks. I guess we have some extra ones. Good. Okay. Getting low on inventory space. So I'm not going to say necessarily where you are, Jabonzik, but are you enjoying that area? Are you, I visited there a little bit and lived near it, but didn't go to it too often. But, do you like it there? Have you found all the good restaurants all the Red Lobsters and stuff like that. That's one thing. I'm in a small town, so I don't get as many good. I mean, I still enjoy some of the restaurants. Unfortunately, my favorite one is working on being sold or closing down. The owner doesn't want to do it anymore, so it's kind of a bummer. I thought about buying it, but problem is if you buy it, it's not just like, because it's, I mean, it's a successful restaurant. People, like, it's not making tons and tons, but it's, you know, it's profitable. But you have to run it. So unfortunately, I can't just treat it as a game where I could buy it and then just, like, you know, hire, like, I had to actually manage it, or like hire somebody that would actually be good enough to manage it, and then trust that they'd actually do it. And but you need to actually check in on it and stuff. I don't know. So it's when, like, the management games are a little bit easier because they, for the most part, they're predictable, like how things work. Yeah, I liked it a lot. If I did own it, then there'd be things that I would change. Like, I liked. They had some really good draft beer there before, but then it broke down and they never bothered to fix it. So they just stopped doing that. Whereas, like, I would say, well, you should fix things, or like you should bring this on the menu or whatever. Live very close to a lot of stuff here. Very difficult, different from a small town we moved from. Aha, yes. Yeah, I think. I mean, I like both.
New visitor in the queue.
Interesting. I guess I will end my stream early and answer this. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by, and so on my website there's a chat thing. Not very often people actually message me and they want answers on my products. So I figure I will see. Hopefully it's not just someone random person that's not actually gonna talk to me. So we'll see if they buy, or if they're just gonna type gibberish at me, which they do sometimes. Actually, I'll wait to see if they do anything. How's that? I'll continue digging until they respond. I usually don't bother signing out of it just because, like, nobody ever actually chats me. So anyway, so I think we're fine. I accepted the chat. We can do. It'll be like a game where it's like a, you know, business. It's a what is it? Like a sales chat support simulator, but not simulating. Yeah, they're not gonna answer me. Okay, good. We can just keep on digging. Yeah, there's different options. That's the default one. It's like the British lady voice. What are you talking about? Food? Eating out. What was my train of thought? Oh, yeah. So, you know, I've had my sort of mix of living in small towns and you know, larger towns and stuff. One thing that's really nice, if you can pull it off, is if you can work remotely. You know, I guess one thing that's nice is if you work remotely, then wherever you work, like, you're probably paid the same amount. And so if you can work somewhere where it's expensive, and then you get paid based on it being expensive, but then you move somewhere where it's really cheap, then it's like you got a big raise. It's pretty cool. So this must be near the bottom, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't really plan on, but then it sort of just happened. I was like, oh, that's nice. It's nice to suddenly be not as broke as I was a little bit ago because I moved. It's really expensive in Rockville, Maryland. don't know if you ever knew that. It's like near DC on the Metro line. It was pricey. So it was kind of nice moving from there to a small town in Michigan. All right. So yeah, we're fine. Don't need to worry about the person that didn't want to talk to me anymore. But if you change your mind, JJ Bonzik, and you want to be a salesperson for me, let me know. I'm still in the market. Oh, my shovel is almost broken. Or my pickaxe. Probably be a horrible salesperson. It's about where I am. I thought I was doing pretty good, but so far, not so good. I don't really enjoy it. Like, I get all, like, very high anxiety before making the phone calls, and then spend all this time, and then they don't, you know, most of it doesn't really pan out anyway, as it turns out. So it's a little frustrating as well. Maybe once I think of my business stuff as I go, I think part of it's like, you know, how to be a salesperson, or, you know, at least some classes related to that. Right now it's accounting that I'm taking, but I think there's more like how to run a business, but then also like how to, like, what's the salesperson side of things, and what's the, you know, each different sides of business. So hopefully I'll learn a bit about how to do things better from all that. Probably take a lot of, yeah, and that's, you know, it's hard. The hard part is, like, you know, when I like get all, have to like psych myself up to be able to call the people, and then like they're not even there, or they don't even, like, we have a planned time to call, and like, you know, I get all stressed out and about making the phone call, and I'm doing all this prep, and then I call, and then they don't even answer the phone. I'm like, it's frustrating. But I don't know. We'll get there. I'll get there. Now that I have more time, because my class is over, I'll be able to invest more time into working on it. Yes, and that's the thing, is like, there's a really good pizza place near here, like the best pizza place, but they're like, you know, they're kind of low tech and in high demand, so like you just have to call. They don't have call waiting, so a lot of times when you call, it's just like your call cannot be completed as dialed, because it's like they don't even have call waiting, and so like I hate calling, and so, but that's like the one place where I'll still actually call to place an order. Otherwise, like, I would always do Jet's Pizza because they had the most convenient website to place an order, and, you know, just so I don't have to call anybody, even to place my phone, my delivery orders. I just hate using the phone. So I'm all about email or websites or whatever. Yeah, moving does require a lot of phone calls. Yeah. I don't have a lot of experience with that, but I can imagine that you have to be on the phone quite a bit. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you just saying in general? Also, people being in hospital. Are you, oh, I see. Yeah. Yes, you're talking about having to be on the phone a lot when people are in the hospital, right? Okay, we're getting there. I'm gonna light up this, I think, and then we're gonna build a little bit of the floors in before we end out the stream. They haven't chatted me so far. You'll hear a big, loud noise all of a sudden, probably, if they do. All right, let's cut this over. Incoming dog? No, they're leaving. They're going outside. Any plans for the 4th? No. We're going to, well, okay, so not the 4th, but we actually, we recently decided, well, we've been talking about wanting to go backpacking and stuff. And I think I mentioned before that with some of the, like, hiking and stuff we did on one of our last trips, I remember that I enjoyed it. And so we are planning on... Why is this hole here? I don't know how many dirt. Oh, I do have dirt. Look at this. Perfect. And so we're going to do some hiking is the outcome of that. And so we're going to... I thought it was like going to be a zombie at first. So we're going to do some hiking. And... so I've been checking out like the different, some of the different like trails around where I live, and looking at some of the different gear. So we have our first trip is in like a couple weeks, and it'll be just like a 4-mile hike or something. And then one after that is probably going to be like we're going to maybe do some camping, and then it's like a longer hike and stuff like that. So it should be fun. How do I want to get up there? Let's go this way. Yeah, well, it'll be probably warm. That's true. But like, you know, I'm planning on, I joined like a backpacking group on Facebook, on the Facebook. And then, so they actually have like websites where they like put on all of their, like their whole gear and like the backpack that they have and like all the, everything down, and then like all calculating how many ounces each thing is. Inside their backpacks to sort of properly plan out their gear. So it's sort of like packing light and like having everything you need and everything. So I looked at like 4 different people who posted all their stuff, and then I can sort of figure out what equipment I might want. What sort of backpacks are really good, and you know, all the sort of gear and stuff like that. So so I'm gonna use that. I might not get all the things that they have because some of them are a little bit more like intense than I am, like, you know, but I'm going to use that for sort of a baseline and making a potential shopping list, and then go from there. For our first hike, like I don't need camping gear, like I don't, because we're not going to be camping for it. But for the second one, I might, although we're also probably going to have a car nearby, because where the campground is also right by. Is where like we'd be parking, and so I probably don't need to have everything where it can be like small and compact and light to fit in my backpack. But if I want to buy it, I might as well buy it with the intent that we could potentially later on go backpacking and then camp just with the stuff that's on our back is the idea. So it's kind of fun. It's a fun little side, you know, doing something outside project. Yeah, it'll be nice. Nice to get out. Hopefully the bugs aren't too bad. Let's see how we're gonna do this. So we are out of birch. We have more upstairs, but okay. So let's go get the birch, I guess. Your neighbors look like it would be neighborhood would be good for a walk around. Yeah, cool. Yeah, are you I forget, do you guys have dogs? Or no? And are you into dogs? I don't know. No pets? Okay. Now that you have a basement, does that mean you have more space, and are you thinking about getting a dog? Or pets? Dogs are better than cats. sorry, cat. I'm a dog person, but I'm sure some people like cats too. All right. Let's put in the rest of the floor. Probably no dogs. Maybe a cat. No plans. Okay. Let's see. So we also need to decide where the way down is going to be from this room. But I think I'll just put in the whole floor first. And then we can decide. Okay. Cat's a little probably easier to maintain. I don't know, I never owned one. But I like dogs. They're pretty awesome. Okay, so here is this room, balcony here, potentially some sort of support there. We'll see. The basement door has a cat door already installed. Well, there you go. I think the house we rented had a cat door on it to the basement, but it was just a temporary place. We didn't really. Or a small dog. Yeah, that's true. Could be a small dog. A very tiny dog, like a microscopic dog. So here's a doorway here of some sort. Comes into this room. Stairs going up there. I'm thinking potentially going down here. Or I don't want that because then maybe that's the primary focus is like going down there. So perhaps no, let's go down. So balcony, another balcony there. So I could have it behind the stairs there, or potentially over here. Let's have it over here. Okay. So, based on how this is set up, this one's kind of coming up against the wall here. So perhaps this will be the start of the stairs going down. So will we start it here where this goes down by half, or do we want to go one more? Let's go down. Let's have it go down here. So this is now going to be here. We can make all these blocks fall down to the bottom. Try to get Japunzi crazy. And we'll start putting in these stairs right here. And then gets the 3.5, or how tall each of the floors are. So let's see how we're doing. So this is half, 1, 2, 3. Oh, look, perfect. Okay, and this is the floor. Amazing. It's like I planned it. Was that just by chance? Is there a reason why that worked out so well? No, not really. Okay, great. Yeah, that wasn't there wasn't some other reason why that actually worked out. That just happened to work out. Great. So we can put the floor, this whole floor all the way in, and then we can decide how we want to arrange stuff in the room. Probably just finish out the floor and end out the episode, the stream, I bet. Oh my goodness. How convenient. Okay. But yeah, so we're gonna do a bunch of camping maybe. We'll see. I'm excited about all this stuff, but I don't know how much we'll do. We'll see. We'll probably enjoy it. We enjoyed the hiking we did when we were in Arizona. I like the idea of like, eventually when we get good at it, hiking down into the Grand Canyon, and then you sort of like camp out down there potentially, and then you come up top. But that's sort of more advanced. I don't know if I don't know if I'm to the point where like, where I can use the facilities out in the wild or not. But yeah, it would be a big hike. We'll see. I've never been to the Grand Canyons. It's the best. I'm hoping we'll see if I find something out in the world that competes with it. It's pretty awesome. Okay, and then I'm going to replace these guys and these, just so we can have all the right stuff in there. And then these go here. There we go. Okay. Let's torch spam. Okay, perfect. That spot's very well lit. So here's the floor here. Oh, we can go and close this up. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I had a whole stack. Okay, I thought I was out. I guess not. So then here's the next floor down, and then we'll have to decide where we want the stairs to be. I'm potentially over there. Going down. We'll see. But so this is the next floor down. We'll continue bringing it down. I guess I don't want to forget that I still want to go further down, because I might, depending on when, if for some reason I can't stream the rest of the week because of work or something. How do I want to do the stairs? So at the very least, it would need to be a platform to come out. Perhaps I can make the stairs be here going down that direction. And then have, like, you know, maybe 2 rooms in here. I don't really know what this floor is going to be used for at all, so that makes that tough. So I'm thinking here. And then we don't have a lot of room. So we'll do that just so I know this is going to continue down, but not yet. But that will be the end of today's stream. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Welcome, Wolfer Dan. We are just closing out the stream. Eventually I'll have to do these windows too. And actually I have to decide if I want more windows. I guess I'd have windows probably in the next level down. Here. So let's, while we're thinking about it, let's quickly do that. Here, and then probably here. And then we'll leave that side as is. And then over here, we'll put in this window really quick as I'm ending out the stream. Probably streaming tomorrow. Probably working on the same thing. If work doesn't get in the way. Trying to decide the best angle. Okay, we'll go like this. Oh yeah, there we go. It's casting background. All right, that'll be it. Thank you again, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow.